Hello, YouTube. Dusty Pipe Smoker coming at you again. I got my Savinelli again. I told you this is my favorite pipe. I smoke it almost every day. I know we're supposed to give him a rest, but I can't help it. This pipe is just too damn good. And in it, I just went to my tobacconist. I finally got a hold of Orlik Dark Strong Kentucky. I just lit it, as you can see. So far, it's pretty damn good. I do love the Virginias. I don't think I've ever had any Kentucky before. This says it has some kind of dark-fired, well, dark-fired Kentucky. So far, it's really good. It's got a really, really sweet, like brown sugar tin note when you open it up and smell it. It's kind of surprising, and so far, it tastes really good. First impressions, it's got definitely a lot of Virginia flavor to it. I'll have to do a true review on it after I smoked a few bowls in it. But anyway, the purpose of today's video is I'm going to do a VR2 Big Al the Crusher's sub-contest or giveaway. I've been meaning to do it for a couple weeks now, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So I've got a little bit of time right now, so I'm going to go ahead and get to it. You see, by the way, beard's back. Needs to grow a little bit more here, but it feels so much better to have my beard again. Alright, so Big Al asked, what are our favorite movies, TV shows, and albums? And he wanted 3 answers for each because it's his 300 contest, 300 subscriber contest, and he also wanted them to be from different decades. So I've been thinking a lot about this, and it's really tough for me because those are like, particularly movies and albums, man, I'm a music guy and I'm a movie guy. If you've seen my video, I showed my movie collection. I've got something like 500 movies, or I don't know. But anyway, for my movies, we're going to start with the 1950s. And I think it's the 50s. It's either the 50s or maybe 60. It might be 1960. But anyway, it's Ben-Hur, Chuck Heston. By far one of my favorite actors of all time, and everyone has seen the Ten Commandments, and it's a great movie, and I watch it every year at Easter time, and I usually actually end up watching it other times throughout the year. But Ben-Hur is a great film about a slave who, actually a normal citizen who becomes a slave, who becomes something more. If you've never seen Ben-Hur, I highly, highly recommend it. It's probably Chuck Heston's best film. Number 2, from 1977, Star Wars, because it's Star Wars. I mean, it started the whole sci-fi, action, adventure, fantasy genre, and it's still, I watch it all the time. I can't ever get enough of it. I've watched it since I was a kid. It came out a few years before I was born, but man, it's so, so great. The first one has become my favorite out of all the movies, even though Empire Strikes Back is great also, but the first one is just that awesome adventure tale that I never get enough of. And plus, I'm super, super excited for Episode 7 in December. If you haven't watched the trailer for that, go watch it. It's on YouTube, of course. And give me in the comments, tell me what you think about the Star Wars Episode 7 trailer, if anybody's watching this. Number 3 for movies, it's actually my favorite movie of all time because it has everything that you could want out of a movie. Action, adventure, excitement, romance, true love. Now, I know it's a little deceptive. It's not Princess Bride, but it has pretty much all the same elements as Princess Bride. From 1981, Raiders of the Lost Ark. To me, it's the best movie ever made. It has everything. Indiana Jones, come on. No, like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull notwithstanding, Raiders of the Lost Ark is a great movie. Anyway, moving on to TV. From the 1980s, actually late 70s, early 80s, but 80s, most of it. Just a Good Old Boys, Dukes of Hazzard. I watched that when I was really little. And a lot of my relatives that would babysit me always say that I would say, Dukes? Dukes? So that's from my childhood for sure, and it's great still. I watch it every once in a while, and it's still awesome. Roscoe P. Coltrane. From the 90s, from the Sci-Fi Network, a show called Farscape, and it's my favorite show ever. It was really cool, didn't get a lot of credit. It was on for 4 seasons, and they canceled it. It's just an excellent show. I'm not even going to take the time to try to explain it. It's way too complicated for that, but it's my favorite show. And number 3 is Doctor Who, the new kind of revamped Doctor Who, because I never really watched it when I was a kid in the 80s, and of course it had been on for 20 years before that, but I never watched it when I was a kid, and I started watching it a few years ago, and I absolutely love it. 10th Doctor, David Tennant, for anybody who's a Whovian. I love them all, but he's my favorite. Albums. This is the tough one, and I just basically decided to pick 3 albums that I end up playing in my CD player a lot, because I never get enough of them, and they're excellent. And the first one is from the 70s, and I listen to this album almost constantly. Anytime I'm just reaching around, I grab this album because it's like, oh, I know I love this one. It's Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin. Now, I know most people that's not their favorite Led Zeppelin album, but to me, it epitomizes everything that Led Zeppelin was. It had the folky kind of stuff. It had the heavy rock stuff. It had the spacey kind of almost psychedelic stuff. It had Kashmir, for God's sake. Everyone's favorite Kashmir is on Physical Graffiti. It's a double album, and it's just fantastic. Number 2 from the 1980s, Metallica, Master of Puppets, 1986. Yet again, I can't get enough of Master of Puppets. I love all of Metallica's albums, including Death Magnetic and Saint Anger. Saint Anger took a little while to grow on me, but it helped me get through some tough times in my life. But Master of Puppets, the greatest thrash metal album of all time. All time. There's nothing that touches it, except for maybe Rust in Peace by Megadeth, maybe. And I love Megadeth too, but I think that it doesn't touch Master of Puppets. Number 3, The Beatles from 1966, Revolver. Now, everybody loves Sgt. Pepper, and everybody loves the White Album, which I also love. And the White Album gets played a lot in my CD player. But if I want to listen to an album by the Beatles that I can just easily listen to over and over again, and I never get tired of any of the songs on it, it's Revolver. Because it was really probably their first album that stepped into that mature realm. Like, they went from singing like Michelle My Belle to Dr. Robert and Taxman and Tomorrow Never Knows. Tomorrow Never Knows. If you have never heard that song, just go in the search bar and look up Tomorrow Never Knows by the Beatles, and you're gonna fucking have your mind blown. That's all there is to it. So those are my answers. He wanted to know what kind of tobacco we like. I like Virginia Flakes. any Virginia flake I've ever had, I've absolutely loved, so it wouldn't really matter what kind. And I'm absolutely open to trying new stuff that I haven't had before. So I won't even tell you what I love because I've got the stuff I love. Virginia flakes are great. That's what I would take if I was to win this giveaway. Big Al, just want to say, your channel's cool, man. This is a great giveaway. Thanks for watching. I know it got a little bit long. Too many pauses, probably. But thanks for sticking in if you're still there. Appreciate everybody who's subscribed to me. And keep on keeping on. God bless. Dusty Pipe Smoker out.